Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers. I'm Dwayne Chig, and this is the Encouragement Show. It's the place to talk about your passions, products, and possibilities. Got a different schedule tonight. We started at 7:30. We're going to go about half an hour, 45 minutes, but I am grateful for my guest tonight is Mr. Vern Williams. He is the owner of At Your Best Fitness. And so tonight we'll be talking about business, talking about doing business in the area of COVID, under COVID conditions, and we'll be talking to him about all that he does. How are you this evening, Mr. Byrne?
I'm good, sir, and thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. So I gave a brief introduction. Just give us an introduction. Tell us about yourself before we jump into this conversation.
Okay, so my name is Vern Williams. I started At Your Best Fitness January 1st, 2020. So prior to that, I had already been studying, trying to get a license, become a certified trainer, which I did. I studied to become a weight loss specialist, which I did, and I'm about 80% through with becoming a nutritionist because exercise and diet, they have to go hand in hand. And I want to know all aspects of it because when people come to me, I want results. So, and I know they're coming to me for results. So, I started At Your Best Fitness. Right now, I have a gym located inside Garden Grove. It's located inside the MAP facility. And that's a bigger, like a warehouse type building where they play basketball and volleyball and things like that. I have a gym located inside there. That's mostly teenagers that come in, they practice there, basketball or volleyball. Then they'll come to my gym either before or after practice, and I will personally train them for an hour, telling them exactly what to do, which equipment to use, how to use it effectively, to maximize their workout. And on the other aspect, I have online training, which mostly is geared towards adults because I know everyone is always short on time. So it's a Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 8 p.m. Log on. It's a 30-minute workout. All you need is some space, water, and a towel. No equipment, no nothing. I use just your body weight, and we work out for 30 minutes.
Really?
Really. And I do it with you at my age.
Okay. What do you mean at your age? You're a young man at your age. We're talking to Vern Williams, the owner of At Your Best Fitness, and we're talking about business. We're going to talk about his business, but we're going to talk about if you are a person in business, if you are a person thinking about going into business, we're going to talk about doing business under COVID conditions. We want to talk about that, but I want to ask you, why did you start the gym?
So anyone who knows me knows I was actually a police officer for 15 years.
Okay.
And the law enforcement profession, it was a good profession, but at the same time, it had its ups and downs. And towards the end of my career, I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. And then to top it off, my wife got sick. She got diagnosed with cancer. And I don't mind talking about it, but she got diagnosed with cancer. She's still kind of dealing with the after effects of getting the diagnosis and going through the chemo and radiation. So ultimately, I had to walk away from the job at that time because it requires a lot of time. I was working 9, 10, sometimes 12-hour days, and I have young children at home. So I needed to be more available to be there for my family because she was doing 35, 32, 30 days here and there in the hospital. I needed the time away. So when I walked away from it, after being gone for a while, I said, I can't really see myself going back. So I started to look at other avenues to where I could provide for my family. And even in law enforcement, I've always wanted to help people. So I was like, what's another way I can help someone and have a more flexible schedule? And it came up to where I was like, you know what? If I'm my own boss, then my schedule can be as flexible as I need it to be. So I got mentored by someone who was in law enforcement with me. He's owned a gym for 8 years. He mentored me, took me under his wing, showed me the do's and don'ts, how to get started, how much money it takes to get started, how to start building your clientele. And he's kind of been helping me along the way as my business is growing. And so as speaking with him, that's when I said, let me see if it's something I'm interested in. So that's when I started looking into certifications. and I ended up going to the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Had
Okay.
no idea it's like the hardest certificate to get in the United States. I had no idea, but I went through them. I'm grateful. I learned a lot, and it's so hard that most people don't pass the test. I found, especially on the first try, and
Really?
then once you pass it, they will actually get you started with an organization to kind of help you get into the process of training people. So like they help you like throughout the entire step of the way, but it's on you to pass that test. And then once
Oh,
I passed it, that's when they kind of, were willing to take me under their wing and mentor me. But then my buddy said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I will help you out with this. And he's the one that really helped me get started.
so the focus was not just finding something to take care of your family, but also something that would be helpful to people.
Also helpful to people because I know so many people that, my wife's issue, hers, it just came out of nowhere. But I have friends who are my age, people in their 30s, that are dealing with like type 2 diabetes and other health related issues because of the inactivity, because they don't work out at all. And there's our diet and not working out in the way everything is so convenient right now. Like it
Right.
is literally killing us.
Wow.
And when I realized it, and I'm like, you know what, I started learning the benefits of working out, like how like your body needs it. I decided to go into that field. And my whole thing is like, I just want to help as many people as I can, get healthy.
See, I'm glad I had a salad for dinner before I did this show. Come on here talking to you. See.
Yeah. I call I call that the housekeeper mentality. You ever heard that before?
What's
So
that?
what that is when someone first decides that they want to spend the money to get a housekeeper before they come in for the first time, you clean your own house
Oh, okay,
because
yeah.
you don't know what them to know what it really look like.
Right, right. I like that, housekeeper. And so, how long were you? How long had it been? From the time you started the gym till COVID hit? Because when COVID hit, when it hit in terms of its severity, or it knocked out a lot of things. There were a lot of things you couldn't do and things of that nature. So how did that went? How long were you up and running before that hit, and how did that affect you?
So I officially got started January 1st. Like that was my first day that I opened the doors and I started training people. And I already had like a group of teenagers who were ready to train with me when I started. So I didn't start from zero. So I had people already ready to train
Okay.
because my friend had already kind of made a name for his business and they knew about this location. January 1st. I remember the exact date, but in March is when all of a sudden the coronavirus showed up and everything shut down. So I was open for all of 3 months and I
Mm,
was closed from March to July. And then in July, I was able to open for 1 month. They had a spike and then I closed again from July to August. So I just reopened about 3 weeks ago because in Orange County, we're allowed to have gyms open at this time. But my friend who has the gym in LA County, he still is not open. His is still closed. So for this entire year, I have officially been open for about 4 months.
wow, wow, wow. So how have you been able to deal with the restrictions? And I'm asking that as a lead in to helping somebody who started a business or want to start a business, or they were in business and then these restrictions came. So the options are either to stop or do something. So how did you overcome the restrictions? What did you do? And what would you say to someone to help them if they have a business that's affected by the restrictions of COVID?
All right. So anyone that starts their own business, like you already have that mindset, that mentality to kind of think outside the box that you
Okay.
want to do for yourself, and you've already taken on the responsibility of, if you succeed, give yourself a pat on the back. But if you have any failures along the way, you take on that responsibility. And even though I had no control over COVID, I take on responsibility of, well, you know what, bills are still coming in. I can't just sit around and just wait
Right.
for the state to reopen. So the first thing I did was that's when I started the online workouts. while
Oh,
I was
okay.
waiting on the gym. So really all I was doing was just the gym. And I was only training teenagers who would come in and I train them for an hour at a time. Everything shut down. So while I was sitting at home, I said, you know what? So that they're not sitting idle, I don't have my equipment, but they can at least log on. But everybody has a laptop or a smartphone or something that they can log on. And I know how to do a 30-minute workout using just your body weight. So I said, I'll just start doing that. So the teenagers that were going to the gym, they started doing it online. But I'm like, well, anybody can do this. So I start offering it to adults. I realized the adults like it better because adults, like I said, don't really have a whole lot of time on their hands. So they like the online workout from the comfort of their own home. Teenagers more so like to be in that environment, in that workout environment. So I had to adapt because I had no intentions of hosting online workouts, from my
Really?
living room. No, I had never crossed my mind to even do it until the gym was closed. And at first they were like, everything will be closed for a month. Well, then March comes and goes. Then April comes and goes. May comes and goes. So I think it was during May. I said, you know what? I got to do something because right now I'm just sitting here idly by,
Right.
and for when you have free time on your hands, when you feel like, things are slipping out of your control, you have to find something that you can have control of because if you don't, it can lead to stress. It can lead to depression,
Wow.
anxiety. It can lead to so many negative things. So I said, well, you know what I can control? I can control me turning on my computer and asking people to come work out with me for 30 minutes from their own living rooms. And people tried it out. And I used that time to kind of like perfect the workouts. Because the first one,
Mhm.
I mean, I was nervous when I first did it because I had never really done that kind of workout. And
Okay.
then I was struggling just as hard as the people I was training. And I made the workout, but on paper it looks easy when you write down what you want to do for the day. When you actually do it, that's a whole nother ball game.
Right.
So I
Right.
had to end up changing my diet and changing what I did to where I
Wow.
had to drop 15 pounds myself
Are you
just
serious?
so I could host the workouts. Yeah, and I was able to drop the 15 pounds by doing these workouts and just, I mean, I love my cheeseburgers. There's certain things I love that everybody says is so unhealthy for you.
Right.
And I was able to drop the 15 pounds by just fine tuning my diet. Like little minor changes can go such a long way.
Right. Right. We're talking to Mr. Vern Williams. He's the owner of At Your Best Fitness and Training. And so we're talking about doing business under COVID conditions. And so this was an obstacle originally. How did you turn it around and help somebody understand that even in an obstacle, there's an opportunity? So how did you make that shift? How did you turn it into an opportunity instead of letting it remain an obstacle?
The hardest part, and I'm speaking, for myself right now. I'm sure there's other people that probably feel the same way. The hardest part is getting over that initial fear,
Wow.
of doing something different. I already had that fear going in when I left a career I've been 15 years to try
Right.
something different.
Right.
That fear was already there. Training people at a gym, I wasn't used to that. I had to learn. And then everything shuts down. Now I had that fear of, well, now I'm going to be training people without my equipment. Like I don't have equipment to kind of say, okay, you go do this, while I try to figure, okay, what exercise we're going to do next. Now it's literally people looking at a computer screen, staring at me, constantly asking, okay, what are we doing next for the entire 30 minutes? So I had to basically take the time to write out what my goals were.
Mm.
What did I want to gain out of doing, these online trainings since my gym is now closed due to the coronavirus. And also, the state gave like restrictions. Like they gave
Right.
like a 21 page manual that they said that these are the guidelines that you have to follow for you to reopen. So I had to go out and buy all these different cleaning supplies, which they upped the price on because you could barely find them anywhere. And
Right.
then I had to figure out, okay, like between each class, how am I going to make sure that I properly sanitize all the equipment? How am I going to make sure that when the kids come in, they're as safe as possible? How am I going to remain safe as possible? Because I can't bring anything home, especially to my wife who has, health issues.
Right.
So you're doing that, and it gets frustrating when you do everything that's asked of you, from the state, from the governor, from, the people that you lease the property from, you do everything that they ask you to do, and then you still have to close your doors for 4 or 5 months. And it's like, I don't know what else I can do.
Right.
So since I had no control over that, I said, you know what, let me go to something that I can control. And it was literally writing down what my goals and what my objectives were. And like I said, getting over the fear of trying it for the first time and then trying it. And I asked people, what did you think about it? You have to be able to accept positive feedback, which you're going to love, and a negative feedback,
Right.
because we're not perfect. Nobody is. So I can't assume that just because I developed this workout plan, that the first time I do it, it's going to be perfect. I had all kind of mistakes. I was fumbling over my words. I forgot the name of some of the workouts because I was nervous. My internet connection was going in and out. So I had a lot of growing pains the first couple sessions. Fortunately, though, my first couple classes were people that were already training with me and family members who weren't paying me any money anyway. So I'm like, even if I messed up, it didn't cost you anything but your time. So then once I started getting the text messages afterwards saying, hey, that was a good workout. I really enjoyed the workout. Hey, my friend wants to try it. Can I invite them to the workout? That's when I knew, like, you know what, I got something going on right now. And then, like, also I had to figure out, okay, the times that's good for me was good for the majority. How can I make the workout available if someone can't make it? So I also record my workouts now, where if someone can't make it, I can send them the workout and then they can do it even at their own time, because everyone's not available, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 o'clock. So I can send them the workout, but they can do it. My workout's always a little different. Like, I never repeat a workout. Like, I'm always sitting down trying to jot down what do I think would be a challenging workout for myself and everyone else. And I just took it from there, and it's slowly starting to grow. And also with pricing, my mentality was, I'm not trying to empty everyone's pockets, just so they can come work out with me. My goal is literally for you to get into the best shape of your life, which is why I named my business At Your Best Fitness, because when I tell people I want you to be at your best, the mentality that most people have is, my best is what society tells me my best is.
Wow.
So everybody wants to look like, don't name dropping. Everybody wants to like The Rock. Or everybody wants to look like Beyonce, or, all these other famous people who make millions of dollars, have the ability to work out 3-4 hours per day, have chefs that can make them their food. The average person does not have that ability. So my thing is, I want you to be at your best, what you feel your best is. And to me, that's when you look in the mirror and you're happy with what you see and who's staring back at you in the mirror. If you're happy with that person, to me, you're at your best. And I always ask people, like, what are you trying to gain? Like, what do you want? And people say, like, I want to, I want to have a 6-pack, I want to be buff, I want to have all this stuff. And then I'll tell them, I say, okay, cool, we'll try to work to those goals. Let me tell you what my goal was when I first started working out. My goal was to not get winded walking up the stairs. That was my goal. My goal, just, hey, you walk 2-3 flights of stairs and see how hard you're breathing. Stairs are hard. It's a hard workout. So I said, that's my initial goal. Walk up some stairs without getting winded. Be able to take a jog around my block and come back and not have to suck down 3 bottles of water because I'm just that far out of shape. My goal was, just gradual little baby steps. And then once I reach that goal, what's my next goal? Okay, I want to tone some more. I want to build some muscle, and you work from that. But a lot of times our goals are so high at the beginning, and when we don't get results immediately, we get discouraged. And that's when I see people start to give up. And that's what I don't want people to do. I don't want you to give up. Like, I literally want you to know, what is your best? Not my best. Not what's Dr. Shig's best. What is your best? When can you honestly say, I am doing my best and I'm happy with that?
I love it. I love it. I love it. We have a question. Where can I get more information? We're going to go to break right now, but we're going to address that Miss Jackie Johnson. We're going to address that. If there's others viewing and you have questions, you can put them up in the comment section. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back, and we're going to deal with that. We are grateful to all of our sponsors that are a part of this show, and one of our sponsors is AR&R Air and Heating. Have you been looking to upgrade your heating system or installing central air and heating? The people of ARR Air are specialists with over 35 years of experience. ARR Air and Heating can be the answer to your air and heating needs. If you are in Leimert Park, Baldwin Hills, View Park, Windsor Hills, and other areas of LA County, call the professionals at ARR Air at 1-877-927-7247. That number again is 877-927-7247, or go to their website, www.arrair.com. www.arrair.com, and tell them you heard about it on the Encouragement Show. We are grateful, as I said, for all of our sponsors, especially author Aaron Woodson, who reaches his audience with sincerity and passion. In his book, The Face of Expression, he takes you on a unique journey through his perspective on life. You also may be able to relate to life struggles that we all have had in our experiences on our journey. If you have felt lost in the crowd or looking for something or someone or just a way out, immerse yourself in this collection of prose that will help you express yourself and guide you to be who you truly are. The Face of Expression by Aaron Woodson. Get your copy today. Go to his website, www.thefaceofexpression.com, and tell him you heard about it on the Encouragement Show. We are back. We are talking with Mr. Vern Williams, who is the owner of At Your Best Fitness. And he is the one that runs the gym, does the exercises and everything. And in this area of COVID, Miss Jackie Johnson, she wanted to know how she can get some more information, and we're going to find out how we can contact you. But I just want to answer a question, and we'll also repeat it at the end. But if someone wants some more information about the gym and what you do, real quickly, how can they contact you?
Okay, so there's a few different ways you can contact me. So I have email, and the email is atYourBestFitness@outlook.com, and everything's spelled. I didn't change up the spelling to confuse anybody. It's atYourBestFitness@outlook.com. So also I have everyone has Instagram. The best way to reach me, I know a lot of the younger people have Instagram. It is Coach Vern, my first name VERN. So it's Coach Vern TNT, on Instagram, and you can follow me on there. And I also have an incentive for people to follow me on Instagram. You're watching the show, you go on Instagram, you follow me, and you send me a message. I will actually, depending on what you want, give you a free online workout. If you live anywhere near Garden Grove, you can come in for a free workout at Garden Grove, or I'll email you my introductory workout video, and you can try it out for yourself and just see if it's something that might interest you.
Right.
Yeah, I also have a cell phone number. Bear with me because I haven't learned it yet. It's my work cell phone number. It is 714-822-0234. Once again, 714-822-0234. So the email address, atYourBestFitness@outlook. Instagram, Coach Vern TNT. My cell phone number, 714-822-0234. And I have a website I would like for everyone to check out, and that is www.tntgardengrove.com. So it's the letters TNT gardengrove.com. And that'll give you a look at what the actual gym looks like, and some testimonials from people who have gone through some of the exercises and some of the results that they've gotten from there.
I'm going to check out that video you sent me and see, how I can do on getting some of those things done without embarrassing myself.
Yeah, so that is, I'm glad you said that, because some people feel embarrassed because they haven't worked out in so long, and you kind of have like, the anxiety of starting a workout. Like kind of like you always feel like you're joining in the middle of the
Right,
workout
right, right,
because
right, right.
people have already been working out. So are you gonna come in? Everyone's already in great shape, and you don't want to embarrass yourself. Trust me, we are all working out together. We're all getting stronger together. We're getting healthier together. But for that reason, that's why I recorded an introductory workout where
Right.
you can do it at your leisure, in the comfort of your own home without any eyes watching you. And once you're ready, you can come and do the workouts along with me and other people that are doing it. I promise you, it is a judgment-free zone, and we do nothing but encourage one another because we all want to see each other be at their best.
I like that. I like that. So I can go over that, and so at 61 years old, I don't want to be fumbling, or I got some things I need to fix, but I still don't want to embarrass myself. So but I'll be checking that out. Um you talked about nutrition. I want to talk about how important nutrition is, but I want to help some people who may be, getting started with the workout or getting started with their own goals and dreams. Uh, how has COVID affected your marketing? Because there are certain things you can do, you can't do. Has it been a negative or positive? And so for the business people who are watching, or the, you know, people who have their own business, people such as myself who are authors and speakers, COVID shut all that stuff down. So we had to find a new way of doing things. And I'm quite sure, excuse me, the same is with you and other business people. How has that affected your marketing? Has it, what has it done to it? Helped it, hurt it, or just pushed you? I like the word you use, adapt. Has it just pushed you to do that, or how has that helped you?
Yeah, exactly. It made me adapt. And when I started in January, I already had kids who had already heard about the location, about the gym, because they were already exercising inside of the facility. So I already started off with, a group of kids coming to me, and then everything shut down. COVID hurt my business because the couple groups of kids that I had, the teams that I had that were coming in, the two groups I had both went out of business during COVID.
Wow.
So those teams that were coming in, the ownership of those organizations closed their doors permanently. So I lost all of them. So some of the kids that were part of those groups, their parents are bringing them in individually. But for the most part, everyone I'm training now, I don't have any teams right now like I did. Everyone I'm
Okay.
training now is literally parents bringing in their child or children individually, and paying out of their pocket, because they wanted their teenager to continue the training. So
Right.
COVID definitely hurt because, I'm fortunate to where I have the ability with training that I have the option to do stuff online, to train people. But
Hmm.
every business didn't have that option. It's like, if your doors are closed, you're kind of out of work right now. And then the state tells you for each industry, what you can and can't do. So
Right.
unfortunately, all you can do is go off of, what your county, because each county is progressing at different times, what your county says that you can do. And just like what I did, I literally just sat down one day, TV off, while the kids were in another room doing their own thing. And I sat there and I just quietly thought to myself, like, what can I do
Ah.
right now that can be in my control to where I can keep my business, at least afloat, prayerfully it can be successful, but,
Right.
at least provide, to where I can meet my needs. And you'll be surprised that, just taking that time and just sitting down and just listening to your inner thoughts, and, if you're a Christian and you're religious or, religious, you believe that, God will speak to you when you actually
Right.
take a moment to listen. And that's what I believe. But if you're not, you should take a second and just listen. You know, Something will come to you. And the thing is, you have to be patient. I didn't sit down for 5 minutes and all of a sudden start jotting down all kind of ideas of what I can do. I sat there for a while. And the first time I sat down, I didn't come up with anything. I don't know
Right.
what to do. I honestly didn't know. And I just kept taking time. I kept reading my Bible. I kept praying about it. I kept asking, for some guidance because
Right.
I couldn't figure it out. And then all of a sudden, I started thinking, okay, well, maybe something online. And then my wife mentioned it. I hadn't said anything, but then she brought it up. Said, hey,
Right.
why don't you do an online workout? And then her dad said something. And he's not into fitness or anything. So that was my confirmation. Like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this. And then it was that fear of, well, what if I don't do good? What if people don't like it? What if
Right.
I'm embarrassing myself on camera? What if I can't do the workout? Because I hadn't been doing cardio workouts the
Right.
past year and a half. I had only been doing weight training because I was trying to get buff. That was my goal. So I was doing nothing but lifting weights.
Right.
Lifting weights and cardio, two completely different types of exercises. So which
Mhm.
is why when I first started doing it, I was sweating probably even harder than the teenagers that I was training. But I said, you know what? Let me get into shape to where because people would judge you by how you look.
Right.
And if you're gonna train people, if I'm training people on lifting weights, I gotta look a certain way. If they feel they're stronger than me, they're not gonna want to do it. But then
Right.
also when I'm doing cardio, I have to be thin. If I don't look the part, people tune you out immediately.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I didn't want to change anything about my diet. I liked my diet that I had, but I'm like, but you know what? What is my goal? And when I came up with a goal, I'm like, you know what? In order for me to meet this goal, I have to make at least a couple small changes. And
Right.
that's what I did. And then I was able to, get to where I am. Am I 100% where I want to be right now? No. It's a lifetime process.
Uh,
But
you
when
said
I
that.
look in the mirror, I'm pretty happy with what I see. I haven't reached my ideal weight or size, but I'm headed in that direction.
I like what you said. You talked about options, and so and adapting, and so the fact that you were even open to options, and I see that as a key. During these COVID situations, and we're talking about your gym and your exercising, but also we're talking about doing business in COVID conditions, and this could apply to other people. But when the situations or the obstacle comes, you have to at least, and I'm saying this based on what you just said, you have to at least be looking for, consider an option, as opposed to letting your first thing be, okay, I can't do it. But would you say that you have to at least consider an option? And so for all the other people who are doing business, if it's books, if it's speaking, if it's gym, if it's whatever, it's uh, at least consider the option that I can do it another way. Would that be a fair statement?
Absolutely. Because if you're not open to it, I don't care how many people are sent your way telling you, hey, you should try this or you should try that. If you're not open to it, you're not even going to put forth the effort to do it because it takes effort. Like nothing literally falls on your lap. Like you have to work for it.
Right. So COVID, the whole situation with COVID and the restrictions, they brought about some obstacles, but I'm watch this shameless plug. In one of my books, one of my quick read books, there's a phrase that says, even in awful opposition, there's an awesome opportunity. So you began looking for that opportunity. Um, we've got a few minutes, 5-10 minutes before we go, but I want to talk to you about nutrition. How important is that? People want to exercise. I want to exercise it, and because right now I'm working on my health. I'm doing some sit-ups at night, and when I get up in the morning, part of my routine is I just do a couple of things, running and different things of that nature. And so how important is nutrition to this whole health thing, exercising and stuff?
What you put inside your body is what is going to fuel your body for that day. It's your fuel. Okay.
Mm.
So if you put in what your body needs, you will notice. And the thing is that when you tell someone, all adults know, eat vegetables and fruits. You've been told since you were a kid, eat your fruits and vegetables. add some protein, some dairy. Like we were taught this, at a young age.
So you
But
said fruit, right? Excuse me. You said fruit, right?
yes, fruit.
So the blueberries in a blueberry muffin, is that fruit? Does that count?
So you know what? Blueberries inside that blueberry muffin do count, because what most people don't understand is that your body is probably one of the most amazing things that you have. You can put the worst food inside your body and it will pull every scrapping of nutrition out of it and use it as best as it can
But I
and
probably
get rid
shouldn't
of
do
what
that.
it didn't need.
I probably shouldn't do that with any regularity, though, huh?
No, you should not. Okay. So,
Sorry. Go
so
ahead. I'm
you
sorry.
know what? So I don't tell anybody to change their diet. Okay. I don't, because I don't, like baby steps. You enjoy what you enjoy. This
Right.
is what I tell people. Okay. And anyone listening, please, please make this two changes. And I promise you, you will feel a difference if you keep it up. And within a month, you will feel a difference. Number one, our sugar intake is what is killing us. Everyone talks about carbs being the bad guy because they turn into sugar later on. Let me tell you about carbs real quickly. Carbs turn into sugar when you eat carbs and you are inactive. So if you actually eat carbs, because your body needs a lot of carbs, because carbs is what gets your body working, getting you out of bed in the morning, keeps
Okay.
your heart beating, keeps all your functions going. Your body burns carbs to do all of that stuff. So you need carbs. But when you consume a lot and you don't do anything, you're just inactive, eventually it will turn to sugar.
Ah.
So a lot of people blame carbs, for their problems, but no one blames the actual problem, which is sugar. We consume too much sugar on a daily basis.
Wow.
So I've started telling everyone, remember the number 36, 36 grams. I try to have a little campaign going under 36. 36 grams is the maximum amount of sugar your body should have on a daily basis. That is the maximum. Keep this in mind. When you drink a can of soda, when you drink a glass of a cup of juice, orange juice, apple juice, whatever, on average, that one glass is about 25 grams of sugar.
Wow.
So now imagine drinking a second one. Now you're at 50 grams. And because it's so easy to drink, because it goes down so smoothly, we go well over 36 grams every single day.
Wow.
And it's not off of eating cookies, cakes, pies. It's from what we drink. And that is what's literally killing us. That's what's keeping everybody from having those flat stomachs. That's what's keeping everybody from getting as healthy as they can be. That's what's getting people diabetes, obesity, other different health issues that come from it, is because our bodies can't handle all that sugar. 36 grams is the most. So I tell everyone, remember, if you drink something, look at the nutritional facts that's on everything and look how much sugar is inside of it. And if you go ahead and consume it, subtract that from 36, that's what you have left for that day to reach the maximum. Any day you stay below 36 grams of sugar is one day you've gotten closer to your goals. Every day you go over 36, that's one day you don't get close to your goals. The plus side is that it's a lifetime commitment. So even if you don't do it today or you didn't do it yesterday, you can always start tomorrow. Just keep it under 36.
So now I gotta actually read the side of the bottle when I'm drinking my green tea or my mango, because I don't drink a lot of soda. But you mean I gotta actually pay attention to what I'm putting in my mouth?
A lot of scientists took time, and a lot of people petitioned to get that nutritional facts menu on every single item, because before 1990, it wasn't there.
Really?
Well, you don't know that. You ate whatever you got what you got. Okay. So now, since 1990, they put those nutritional facts because they want you to be as healthy as you can possibly be. And then recently in 2020, they just updated it to where things that people usually lack in their diets is what's highlighted on nutritional, on everything that you consume. And keep this in mind, when you look at the ingredients, they list whatever is mostly inside that product first. So whatever you read first, that's what you're mostly eating. So if you see that word sugar anywhere in the top 3, just know that is mostly sugar. If you see a gang of sodium, just know you're eating a lot of sodium. 3,600 milligrams. I keep everything at 36s. 36 grams of sugar, stay underneath it. 3,600 milligrams of sodium, stay below that. That's salt. Try to stay below those two numbers. But the issue, salt, yeah, is a problem, but sugar is by far the worst thing that we consume. And I said, there's a second thing that I need people to start doing, which is the hardest thing for us to do, but it's the easiest thing for us to do, is rest. Your body needs rest. You need 7 hours of sleep every night. Every night that you don't get it, and most of us, including myself, are guilty of it, because it's funny when you think about it. We say we don't have time for anything. We don't have time to exercise. We don't have time to prepare meals throughout the week to eat healthier. We don't have time to do anything, and we don't have time to rest. So what we do is we don't have time for anything. We consume fast food. Fast food in itself is not what's really hurting you. It's just they're very calorie dense, which means that one meal can take you above the 2,000 calories you need for that day, depending on what you eat. You're gonna get hungry again. So let's say you have 2,000 calories just for your lunch. Well, now you got breakfast and you got dinner, you got snacks. You've gone so far above what your body would have needed for that day. And then most likely you didn't exercise for that either. So you didn't burn any of it off. So it just sits there. And you don't notice the change because it's gradual, because your body fights every single day to keep you as healthy as possible. Your body is constantly fighting. So when we're out of shape, me included, when we're out of shape, when we're, maybe heavier, have a few pounds more than what we want, your body's doing everything it can to get you to where you need to be. It's just, what are we feeding it? So I always tell people, don't change your diet, okay? But if you can, stay below the sugar amount and add a vegetable to whatever you're eating. If you're eating that triple cheeseburger, you at least add a couple carrots to it, just to help out a little bit. I'm not saying and maybe take it down to a double. If not, just a regular cheeseburger. Bring it down some, but add a vegetable to it, because vegetables have micronutrients. Micronutrients is what helps your body utilize whatever you put inside of it. So when you eat vegetables, if you eat fast food after it, at least the vegetables will help your body with moving those proteins and those fats, those healthy fats and the carbs and different vitamins and minerals. It helps it process it better. Fiber help. Everything helps out so much. If you can't eat healthy, take a multivitamin. Believe it or not, when it tells you that percentage rate, what you need for the day, it is actually genuine. It means it. It does nothing but help you. The problem is we don't feel it helping us. Like, we think we take a multivitamin and all of a sudden we're going to feel like we can run up some stairs, and we realize that we can't. It's not going to get you in shape, but it will help your body process whatever you're eating throughout the day. So I tell everybody, scientists took a lot of time, because I know we can't trust everything they say and do, but these multivitamins, they actually help. And all the ones that are specific, like calcium specific pills or vitamin D pills or vitamin E pills, take those if a doctor recommends that you take them. If not, save your money. You don't need it. The multivitamins, yes. The things that are like vitamin specific, if a doctor says you're deficient in those areas, then by all means take them. If you're not deemed to be deficient in those things, then you're kind of just wasting your money, because your body's going to use the amount that it needs and it's going to discard everything else. It doesn't hold on to vitamins. Hey, you eat healthy today, your body's not going to hold on to all them vitamins throughout the week. You got it for that day. So tomorrow you got to give it some more. If not, you've used them, because it's going to use it first. So that's why I say it's a lifestyle change. If you can look in the mirror and say, man, I didn't eat not one vegetable today, that's not good. And I've looked in the mirror before and said that. I didn't eat one vegetable today, which is a shame, because I know better.
Especially you, the trainer.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but I try to keep it as real as possible. And 75% of the United States population does not eat enough fruits and vegetables. 75%.
Wow. I've gotten better. I'm eating a lot more pineapple, and I cut down to one blueberry muffin a week. And so, but I've gotten much better. I'm still, working on that. I want to ask you, we've got maybe 5 minutes. I want to ask you during this time, because we want to help people with their nutrition, with their weight, but I want to help some entrepreneurs. I want to help some authors. I want to help those people in business, because we have a lot of business people watching us. We have authors and entrepreneurs and artists and different people of that nature watching us in this COVID condition. How do you get? I'm going to ask you a twofold question. Like I said, we got about 5 minutes. How do you get clients? And in the course of answering that, what would you say to others to help them? How they can boost their business, get more clients for their business, even under these circumstances, do more business, even under these circumstances. So it's a two-part question. How do you get clients? And then help somebody with how they can get more clients, how they can sell more books, how they can, do more of that in this COVID condition situation.
Okay. The biggest thing is conversation. If you believe in your business, what you're selling, whatever it is, then it shouldn't be a problem. You should feel comfortable talking about it. So what I do is to bring in clients is that I talk to people that I see, grocery stores. I got a shirt that I wear out in public,
Okay.
and I'll mention it to people. Hey, I'll just ask a question like, hey, do you like to exercise? Do you like to work out? And most people say, I always get the same answer, like, I should work out, I just don't, and some people say I have no excuses. Some people will say, I just don't have the time. So
Right.
if you're selling books, whatever, don't be afraid to sell, your product, to advertise, be your best advertisement. I had to learn Instagram. I knew nothing about Instagram. I had to learn it. So I started putting, videos of people working out on Instagram. I ended up getting my own website. I got business cards. I will pass out a business card to somebody in a second. I'll hand a baby a business card. I'm like, hey, go hand this to your mom. I pass them out because I'm like, what, 100 people, they could care less. They might throw it in the trash, but every one that you spark their interest and they come in, that's one additional person. And that's somebody that they can tell, because people telling other people is where most of your business is going to come. If they like the product, whether it's a book, whether it's, working out, whether you have some kind of store, whether you sell little trinkets, if people like what you're selling, they feel that they're receiving the value for their dollar, they will tell others. So I had to get comfortable with just talking about my business to strangers. And that was not comfortable to me at first, because no one wants to get told no. You assume like, you tell somebody about your product and they be like, oh yeah, sign me up. That's not the case. A lot of times people either be like, oh, they'll entertain it and you never hear from them. Some people will flat out be like, hey, I'm good. I don't know what you gotta sell. But then you also get those people that come in like, what? I was looking for, this type of book. I was looking for this type of workout. I was looking for this type of business. I just didn't know where to find it. And there are those people out there too. And you got to make sure that you market to them properly and don't sell yourself short. Whatever you feel that your product is worth, keep it at that price, because you're not in competition with other people. The price that I made for my gym, I didn't compare myself to like Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is $10 a month. I would be crazy to try to compete with them because they're a multi-million-dollar business.
Right.
But at the same time, you go to a place like Planet Fitness, you go in there, you work out on your own. Like you're literally on your own, and they plan on you not coming in, which is why they made the price so low. For me, I want people to come in and to feel like they actually are reaching their goal. So I don't compare myself to other gyms. I compare myself to where I feel that my gym is at, which is also why I trained teenagers. Most gyms don't cater to teenagers because nobody really wants to deal with teenagers. Everyone tells adults, you pay this $10, you pay this $20 a month, you can come in and use my equipment. Whether you know how to use this equipment or not, all I want to do is get your money and you come in the door.
Right.
Some places give you pizzas at their gym. Okay, I'm not going to say which place it is. They don't care if you get healthy or not. They just want you to come in the doors. They want your money. Me, I care, which is why I'm like, if I can get you at teenage years, hopefully you'll carry into your adulthood. And then the other one, if I can get you as an adult, when you start getting into your golden years, maybe you can continue along. Because I've seen people in their 80s who are like, they seem like to be in very good shape. There's nothing that says in your 80s and 90s that you have to be hunched over on 100 million medications, because I never read that in the Bible, that people were taking all kind of pills and supplements. I didn't hear Abraham taking pills for anything. So my thing is, it's the same God. We're his same children. If he was looking out for them physically, he can do the exact same thing for us. It's just, are we going to allow him to do it? And so we got to stop making excuses for, our physical health and our mental health. Mental health is just as important as physical health. So you got to take care of yourself, because a billionaire, if they start to lose control of their mental health, they start to lose control of their physical health, they would give every cent they had to get to where we are, the common people, just being healthy. Just having a circle of people that support you, having friends, having that social network. There's so many things that we just need within our life that we have to make sure that we maintain. And don't be afraid to talk to somebody if you feel like you're losing control. Okay? Because you're not the first person and you won't be the last person.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So tell the people how they can get in touch with you. Tell the people how they can reach you again, how they can contact you for your services.
All right, Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Coach Vern TNT. Coach Vern TNT. You follow me, send me a message. I will send you a free workout. Okay, or you can call me. I forgot the cell phone number. I'm gonna get back to that, but I find it. All right, I got a website. It's tntgardengrove.com. tntgardengrove.com. My cell phone number is 714-822-0234. Once again, 714-822-0234. And finally, I have a email. It is atyourbestfitness@outlook.com. Atyourbestfitness, all common spelling, @outlook.com.
We got one last question. Someone asked, have you marketed towards us who work from home and have gained COVID-19 weight?
That is exactly who I want to come to my online workouts. That is exactly who I want. I don't want people who are already in the best shape of their life. If you are and you want to maintain it, of course I'm gonna welcome you. Maybe you can teach me a couple things. But I want people who have either not worked out in a very long time, or work out here and there but don't feel like they're really getting results, or people who put on some COVID-19 weight from just being told to literally stay inside the house and do nothing. I mean, can you imagine? People have been told to stay in the house and do nothing. So that's who I want to come in. Now, whoever asked that question, I want you to try my workout. I'm going to send you the introductory workout, and don't watch it, okay, like somebody did. I'm not going to say any names. Don't just watch it, okay? I want you to actually do the workout, okay? And then let me know how you felt after you did it.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. I know I gave it to you the last second. You didn't have time to do it. So I'm just joking. I'm giving you a hard time.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. I'm gonna play it, and me and Cheryl are gonna do it together. So
okay,
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna put it up, and me and Cheryl are gonna do it together.
Okay. And if I send it, if you ask for it, I'm gonna send it to you. Okay. If I send it to you, you try it. Let's say you can't keep up with the workout. Good. Okay. Do not feel bad about that. That's a good thing, because now we know where we're working from, and I can promise you, you continue at it, you will not only be able to do that workout, but you'll be able to do beyond that workout. You have no idea how amazing your body is to what you can actually do when you actually test it a little bit. You have to test it.
We have been talking about doing business under COVID conditions. We're talking with Mr. Vern Williams. He is the owner of At Your Best Fitness. He has a location Also, he does online training, and so you can contact him. We gave out the information, so you can reach him. And for those who have gained the COVID weight, those who want to maintain, we trust that you will contact him. But also, I trust that those who are doing business, that we've helped you and encouraged you in some way to do your business under COVID, to keep doing. Don't give up. COVID has brought some restrictions. COVID has made some changes, but you can still make it, and that's what we want you to know. Some words that Brother Vern used: adapt. You may have to adapt and make some changes so that you can do business under COVID conditions. He talked about how at least be willing to think about what I can do, meditate, brainstorm. And he says that's how he came up with doing the online workout. And so you can do the same thing for your business. So I trust that something was said that helped you. Vern, I want to thank you so much. When we go off the air, I need you to hang out for a little bit. I want to thank everyone for watching. I trust that something was said that helped you in some way. You can continue to follow me at Instagram on @encourageman. That's the letter N. Encourage Man. You can find me on YouTube, The Encouragement Show. You can find me under Dwayne Shig Encouragement. Also on Facebook, Your Encouragement. That's where you're watching now on my personal page. I want to let you know that our show is brought to you in part by my latest book. It's called Encouragements from a Formerly Frustrated Dreamer. Powerful, motivating messages. There's a chapter in here called Moving Up Beyond a Mess Up. There's a chapter in here called Just Because Others Don't See It Doesn't Mean You Can't Be It. And then the third section is full of original motivational quotes, like the one on page 91 that says, "Don't let the regret of what did not happen cause the neglect of what can happen." So you can get your copy at Amazon.com. I want to thank everyone that was watching. If this was helpful to you, share it, tell somebody else about it. Vern, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate it for being with us.
Thank you, sir. And my next workout is Friday at 8, if anybody wants to join me.
Oh, great. Friday at 8. And they can reach you through any of those.
Any of those.
Pages. Okay. And if you're watching this live, it's Friday at 8. That's tomorrow. But if you're watching it on the replay, you can contact him for his services. And so appreciate that. And as always, want you to remember that I know the times are tough, but you're tougher and your dream is doable. We want to help you go get it. So you stay encouraged. Everybody, be blessed. You've been watching The Encouragement Show. This is the place to talk about your passions, products, and possibilities. You can check out some of our other shows on my Facebook page, Your Encouragement, or you can go to YouTube. We appreciate it. Thank you so very much. You stay encouraged. Be blessed.